feeling stuck in a rut, tired of the daily grind and wishing for something more, you're not alone. Many of us find ourselves caught up in the hustle and bustle of modern life, often feeling like we're just going through the motions. But what if I told you there's a philosophy that can help you break free from these limitations and live a more fulfilling life? Enter Stoicism. This ancient Greek and Roman philosophy has seen a resurgence in popularity in recent years, and for good reason. The Stoics offered practical wisdom for navigating life's challenges, and their teachings are just as relevant today as they were thousands of years ago. Imagine waking up each day with a sense of purpose, knowing exactly what you need to do to move closer to your goals. Imagine feeling at peace, free from the anxiety that comes from trying to keep up with the demands of modern society. Imagine building meaningful relationships that enrich your life. This isn't just a dream. It's a reality that's within your reach. By embracing the principles of Stoicism, you can learn to control what you can control, focus on what's within your power to change, and let go of what isn't. Practice gratitude. Appreciate the good things in your life, no matter how small. Cultivate virtue. Strive to be a better person every day. Live in the present moment. Don't dwell on the past or worry about the future. Over the course of these 14 lessons, we'll explore the core concepts of Stoicism and show you how to apply them to your own life. We'll draw on the wisdom of ancient Stoics like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, as well as modern thinkers who have been inspired by their philosophy. So, are you ready to embark on a journey of self-discovery and personal growth? Let's dive into the world of Stoicism and start living a more meaningful life. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Let's take that step together. Lesson 1. Focus on what you can control. Ever felt like you're drowning in a sea of things you can't change? You're not alone. Life throws curveballs at us all the time, from traffic jams to global pandemics. The Stoics, those ancient Greek and Roman philosophers, had a simple yet profound solution. Focus on what you can control. Why is this so important? Well, imagine you're sitting in traffic. You can't control the other drivers, the red lights, or the construction, but you can control how you react. You can choose to get angry and stressed, or you can use that time to listen to a podcast, enjoy some quiet time, or even do some deep breathing exercises. The Stoics believed that true happiness comes from within, not from external circumstances. As the Roman emperor and philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." So, what exactly can you control? Your thoughts. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you think about it. Your actions. You can choose how you respond to situations. Your words. You can choose what you say and how you say it. Your emotions. You can't always control your emotions, but you can control how you react to them. How can you apply this in your daily life? Make a list. Write down everything that's stressing you out. Then, circle the things you can actually do something about. Practice mindfulness. Focus on the present moment and let go of worries about the past or future. Challenge negative thoughts. When you have a negative thought, ask yourself if it's really true. Set boundaries. Learn to say no and protect your time and energy. Remember, you're not a victim of your circumstances. You are the master of your own mind. By focusing on what you can control, you'll experience greater peace, happiness, and freedom. Lesson 2. Practice mindfulness. Ever felt like your mind is racing a million miles a minute? Like you're constantly thinking about the past or worrying about the future? You're not alone. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in our thoughts and lose sight of the present moment. The Stoics, those ancient Greek and Roman philosophers who were all about living a good life, had a practice called present moment awareness. In simpler terms, they encouraged us to be mindful. What does mindfulness mean? Mindfulness is the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It's about being fully engaged in whatever you're doing, whether it's eating, working, or simply taking a walk. Why is mindfulness important? Reduces stress. By focusing on the present moment, you can let go of worries about the past or future. Increases happiness. Mindfulness helps you appreciate the simple pleasures of life. Improves focus. When you're mindful, you're more focused and productive. Boosts self-awareness. Mindfulness helps you understand your thoughts and feelings better. How can you practice mindfulness? Meditation. This is the most common way to practice mindfulness. There are many different types of meditation, so find one that works for you. Mindful breathing. Pay attention to your breath. Notice how it feels as you inhale and exhale. Body scan. Focus on different parts of your body and notice any sensations. Mindful eating. Pay attention to the taste, smell, and texture of your food. Let's take a real-world example. Imagine you're washing the dishes. Instead of thinking about your to-do list, try to focus on the feel of the warm water on your hands, the sound of the running water, and the smell of the soap. Remember, mindfulness is a skill that takes practice. Don't get discouraged if your mind wanders at first. Just gently bring your attention back to the present moment. A famous Stoic, Marcus Aurelius, often reminded himself to focus on the task at hand. He wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This means that instead of worrying about what you should be doing, focus on what you're doing right now. Lesson 3. Cultivate Virtue. Ever wondered what it means to be a good person? It's a question that philosophers have pondered for centuries. The Stoics, those ancient Greek and Roman philosophers, had a pretty clear idea. It's about cultivating virtue. What is virtue? Virtue is a character trait or quality that is deemed to be morally good and desirable. In other words, it's about being the best version of yourself. The Stoics believed that by practicing virtue, we could achieve a state of inner peace and happiness. So, what are some key virtues to cultivate? Wisdom. Seek knowledge and understanding. Courage. Face your fears and challenges head-on. Justice. Treat others fairly and equitably. Temperance. Practice self-control and moderation. How can we cultivate these virtues in our daily lives? Practice gratitude. Focus on the positive aspects of your life. Help others. Volunteer your time or donate to a cause you care about. Be honest. Always strive to be truthful. Forgive others. Let go of resentment and anger. Let's take a real-world example. Imagine you're at work and your co-worker makes a mistake that affects your project. You could get angry and blame them, or you could practice the virtue of justice by trying to understand their perspective and finding a solution together. Why is cultivating virtue important? It makes you a better person. By practicing virtue, you become more compassionate, empathetic, and resilient. It improves your relationships. Virtuous people tend to have stronger, more meaningful relationships. It gives your life purpose. When you live a virtuous life, you feel more fulfilled and satisfied. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This perfectly sums up the idea of virtue. No matter what life throws at you, you can always choose to respond with virtue. Remember, cultivating virtue is a lifelong journey. It's not about being perfect, but about striving to be better. So, start small and be patient with yourself. Lesson 4. Embrace discomfort. Ever heard the saying, "No pain, no gain"? Well, the Stoics would wholeheartedly agree. They believed that discomfort was not something to be avoided, but rather something to be embraced. It's a counterintuitive idea, but hear me out. Why embrace discomfort? Discomfort is like a weightlifter's barbell. The more you lift it, the stronger you become. When we step outside of our comfort zones, we're challenging ourselves to grow. It's in these moments of discomfort that we discover our true potential. The Stoics believed that virtue could only be cultivated through adversity. By facing challenges and overcoming obstacles, we develop our character and become more resilient. How can you embrace discomfort? Step outside your comfort zone. Try new things, even if you're scared. Embrace failure. View setbacks as opportunities for growth. Practice delayed gratification. Resist the urge to seek instant gratification. Meditate in uncomfortable positions. This can help you build mental toughness. Let's take a real-world example. Imagine you're afraid of public speaking. Instead of avoiding it, you could join a public speaking club. At first, it might feel terrifying, but with practice, you'll become more confident and capable. The Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "Everything that happens to you has been waiting to happen since the beginning of time." This means that whatever challenges you face, they are part of your journey. Instead of resisting them, embrace them as opportunities for growth. So, why is it so hard to embrace discomfort? Because our brains are wired for survival. Our natural instinct is to avoid pain and seek pleasure. But by challenging ourselves to step outside of our comfort zones, we can overcome our fears and live a more fulfilling life. Remember, it's not about seeking out discomfort for the sake of discomfort. It's about using discomfort as a tool for personal growth. By embracing challenges, we become stronger, more resilient, and more capable ourselves. Lesson 5. Practice gratitude. Ever stop to think about all the good things in your life? It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of everyday life and forget to appreciate the little things. The Stoics, those ancient Greek and Roman philosophers, understood the importance of gratitude. They believed that by focusing on what we have rather than what we lack, we can cultivate a greater sense of happiness and contentment. Why practice gratitude? Boosts happiness. Gratitude can shift your focus from what's missing to what you already have. Reduces stress. By appreciating the good things in your life, you can reduce feelings of anxiety and worry. Improves relationships. Gratitude can strengthen your bonds with others. Increases resilience. A grateful attitude can help you cope with challenges more effectively. How can you practice gratitude? Keep a gratitude journal. Write down 3 things you're grateful for each day. Practice mindfulness. Pay attention to the present moment and appreciate the simple pleasures of life. Express gratitude to others. Tell people you appreciate them. Volunteer your time. Giving back to your community can help you feel more connected and fulfilled. Let's take a real-world example. Imagine you're having a tough day at work. Instead of focusing on all the things that are going wrong, take a moment to appreciate the small things, like a friendly smile from a coworker or a delicious cup of coffee. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. This means that instead of worrying about what we lack, we should focus on becoming the best version of ourselves. And one way to do that is by cultivating gratitude. Remember, gratitude is not just about feeling good. It's a practice that can transform your life. By focusing on the positive, you'll attract more positive things into your life. Lesson 6. Let go of the past. Ever found yourself stuck in the past, replaying old memories or regrets? It's a common human experience, but the Stoics, those ancient Greek and Roman philosophers who were all about living in the present moment, had a clear message. The past is over. Why is it so hard to let go of the past? Our brains are wired to remember. Past experiences, both good and bad, shape who we are. But holding on to the past can be like carrying around a heavy backpack. It can weigh us down and prevent us from moving forward. Why should we let go of the past? The past is gone. We can't change it. What we can change is how we think and feel about it. By letting go of the past, we free ourselves up to focus on the present moment and create a better future. How can we let go of the past? Practice mindfulness. Focus on the present moment. Forgive yourself and others. Holding on to resentment only harms you. Learn from your mistakes. Instead of dwelling on your failures, use them as opportunities to grow. Create new memories. Fill your life with positive experiences. Let's take a real-world example. Imagine you had a falling out with a friend years ago. You might still be holding on to resentment and anger, but by practicing forgiveness, you can release those negative emotions and move on with your life. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it." This means that our happiness is not determined by our past, but by our present thoughts and actions. Remember, the past is a teacher, not a prison. By learning from our experiences, we can grow and become stronger. Lesson 7. Don't fear the future. Ever lost sleep worrying about what tomorrow might bring? It's a common human experience. The future can seem like a vast and uncertain ocean, filled with potential storms and shipwrecks. But the Stoics, those ancient Greek and Roman philosophers, had a different perspective. They believed that worrying about the future was a waste of time and energy. Why do we fear the future? Uncertainty is a natural part of life. We fear the unknown, the unexpected. Our brains are wired to protect us from danger, and so we often imagine worst-case scenarios. Why should we stop fearing the future? The future hasn't happened yet, and there's no guarantee that our fears will come true. In fact, worrying about the future can actually make it more likely that negative things will happen. When we're stressed and anxious, we're less able to think clearly and make good decisions. How can we overcome our fear of the future? Focus on the present moment. Mindfulness can help you ground yourself in the present and reduce anxiety about the future. Plan for the future. While it's important to be prepared, don't let planning turn into worrying. Accept uncertainty. Embrace the unknown. Remember, life is full of surprises. Practice gratitude. Focusing on the good things in your life can shift your perspective and reduce anxiety. Let's take a real-world example. Imagine you have a big presentation coming up. Instead of worrying about what could go wrong, focus on preparing as best you can. And remember, even if things don't go perfectly, it's not the end of the world. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This means that we can't control what happens to us, but we can control our attitude towards it. Remember, The future is not something to be feared, but something to be shaped. By taking action and focusing on the present moment, you can create the future you want. Lesson 8. Seek knowledge. Ever felt like there was more to life, like you were missing out on something? Well, the Stoics, those ancient Greek and Roman philosophers, would say that one of the keys to a fulfilling life is the pursuit of knowledge. Why seek knowledge? Knowledge is power. When we learn new things, we expand our understanding of the world and our place in it. Knowledge can help us make better decisions, solve problems, and connect with others on a deeper level. The Stoics believed that a wise person is always learning. They encouraged their followers to read, study, and engage in philosophical discussions. How can you seek knowledge? Read books. There's a whole world of knowledge waiting for you in books. Take classes. Whether it's a formal course or a workshop, learning new skills can be incredibly rewarding. Talk to people. Everyone has something to teach you. Be curious. Ask questions and seek out new experiences. Let's take a real-world example. Imagine you're interested in learning more about a new hobby, like coding. You could start by taking an online course, joining a coding community, or simply reading a book about the subject. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." This means that the more you learn and prepare yourself, the more likely you are to seize opportunities when they arise. Remember, learning is a lifelong journey. It's never too late to start learning something new. So, whether you're interested in history, science, or the arts, there's a whole world of knowledge out there waiting for you. Lesson 9. Practice self-discipline. Ever struggled to stick to a diet, finish a project, or get out of bed in the morning? That's where self-discipline comes in. It's that inner strength that allows you to do what you need to do, even when you don't feel like it. The Stoics, those ancient Greek and Roman philosophers, were all about self-discipline. They believed that it was the key to a good life. Why is self-discipline important? Self-discipline is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. When you practice self-discipline, you're building your character and becoming more resilient. You're also more likely to achieve your goals. How can you practice self-discipline? Start small. Don't try to change everything at once. Start with small, achievable goals. Create a routine. Having a routine can help you stay on track. Find a role model. Look for people who inspire you and emulate their behavior. Reward yourself. Positive reinforcement can help you stay motivated. Let's take a real-world example. Imagine you want to start exercising regularly. You could start by committing to a 10-minute workout every day. Once you've established that habit, you can gradually increase the duration and intensity of your workouts. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This means that self-discipline is about controlling your reactions, even when things don't go your way. Remember, self-discipline is a journey, not a destination. There will be setbacks along the way, but don't let them discourage you. Just keep practicing, and you'll eventually see results. Lesson 10. Live simply. Ever felt overwhelmed by all the stuff you own? Or maybe you've noticed that the more you have, the less satisfied you feel. The Stoics, those ancient Greek and Roman philosophers, had a simple solution. Live simply. Why live simply? A simple life is a peaceful life. When we clutter our lives with too many possessions, too many commitments, and too many distractions, we make it harder to focus on what truly matters. How can you live more simply? Minimalism. Get rid of things you don't need or use. Digital detox. Limit your screen time. Practice gratitude. Focus on what you have, not what you lack. Savor experiences. Instead of buying things, create memories. Let's take a real-world example. Imagine you're surrounded by clutter in your home. It can be overwhelming and stressful. By taking the time to declutter and organize your space, you can create a more peaceful and calming environment. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This applies to our possessions too. It's not about how much you have, but about how you value what you do have. Remember, simplicity is not about deprivation. It's about focusing on what truly matters in life. Lesson 11. Question. Everything ever wondered why the sky is blue or why we dream? That curious nature is what drives human progress. The Stoics, those ancient Greek and Roman philosophers, encouraged a life of inquiry. They believed that by constantly questioning the world around us, we could deepen our understanding of ourselves and our place in the universe. Why question everything? Questioning is at the heart of learning and growth. When we question our assumptions and beliefs, we open ourselves up to new perspectives and possibilities. It's like being a detective, always looking for clues and trying to piece together the puzzle of life. How can you cultivate a questioning mind? Challenge your assumptions. Don't just accept things at face value. Ask yourself why things are the way they are. Seek out diverse perspectives. Talk to people from different backgrounds and cultures. Read widely. Expose yourself to new ideas and ways of thinking. Be open to change. Don't be afraid to change your mind when presented with new evidence. Let's take a real-world example. Imagine you've always believed that a certain diet is the healthiest way to eat. By questioning this belief and doing some research, you might discover that there are other healthy options available. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This applies to our thoughts as well. When we question our thoughts and beliefs, we're taking control of our own minds. Remember, a questioning mind is a powerful tool. It can help you to solve problems, make better decisions, and live a more fulfilling life. Lesson 12. Find joy in the little things. Ever felt like you needed something more to be happy? Maybe a bigger house, a newer car, or a promotion. The Stoics, those ancient Greek and Roman philosophers, would argue that true happiness isn't found in material possessions or external achievements, but in the simple pleasures of life. Why seek joy in the little things? Our culture often pushes us to focus on big goals and achievements, but constant striving for more can leave us feeling empty and unsatisfied. By learning to appreciate the small moments, we can cultivate a sense of contentment and gratitude. How can you find joy in the little things? Mindfulness. Practice being present in the moment. Gratitude. Make a habit of acknowledging the good things in your life. Savor experiences. Slow down and really enjoy the simple pleasures of life. Connect with nature. Spend time outdoors. Practice kindness. Acts of kindness can boost your own happiness. Let's take a real-world example. Imagine you're sitting in a coffee shop, enjoying a warm cup of coffee. Instead of rushing through your drink and checking your phone, try to savor the moment. Notice the aroma of the coffee, the warmth of the cup in your hands, and the peaceful atmosphere of the cafe. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. Remember that what you now have was once among the things you only hoped for." This means that we should appreciate what we have now, rather than constantly longing for something more. Remember, happiness is a journey, not a destination. It's something we create in each moment. Lesson 13. Build strong relationships. Ever felt like you were missing something in your life? Maybe it's that deep connection with another person, that feeling of belonging. The Stoics, those ancient Greek and Roman philosophers, understood the importance of human connection. They believed that strong relationships are essential for a fulfilling life. Why are strong relationships important? Human beings are social creatures. We need connection to thrive. Strong relationships provide us with support, love, and a sense of purpose. They also help us to grow as individuals. How can you build strong relationships? Active listening. Really listen to what the other person is saying without interrupting or judging. Empathy. Try to see things from the other person's perspective. Communication. Be open and honest about your thoughts and feelings. Support. Be there for your loved ones when they need you. Quality time. Spend meaningful time together. Let's take a real-world example. Imagine you're having a disagreement with a friend. Instead of getting defensive, try to understand their point of view. Ask them questions about how they feel and listen attentively to their answers. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "A good friend is like a medicine chest, always there in time of need." This means that our friends can provide us with comfort, support, and guidance during difficult times. Remember, strong relationships take time and effort to build. It's important to be patient and to invest in your relationships. Lesson 14. Help others. Ever felt a sense of fulfillment after doing something kind for someone else? That feeling of satisfaction is a natural human response. The Stoics, those ancient Greek and Roman philosophers, believed that helping others was not just a nice thing to do, but a fundamental part of living a good life. Why help others? Helping others can bring a sense of purpose and meaning to our lives. It can also strengthen our relationships, reduce stress, and boost our overall well-being. Additionally, acts of kindness have a ripple effect, inspiring others to do good as well. How can you help others? Volunteer. Give your time to a cause you care about. Random acts of kindness. Do something nice for a stranger. Support your community. Get involved in local initiatives. Practice empathy. Try to understand the perspectives of others. Be a good listener. Offer a listening ear to those in need. Let's take a real-world example. Imagine you see someone struggling to carry groceries. A simple act of offering to help can make a big difference in their day. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "We are more often made unhappy by the things we want than by the things we lack." This suggests that helping others can shift our focus from our own desires to the needs of others, fostering a greater sense of contentment. Remember, helping others doesn't have to be a grand gesture. Small acts of kindness can have a big impact. So, there you have it, 14 Stoic lessons to help you stop wasting time and start living. By embracing these timeless principles, you've equipped yourself with the tools you need to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. Remember, Stoicism isn't about becoming a robot or suppressing your emotions. It's about understanding what you can and can't control, and cultivating a mindset that allows you to flourish, no matter what life throws your way. Think of life as a journey, not a destination. There will be ups and downs, twists and turns. The key is to stay focused on what truly matters and to find joy in the simple things. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. The choice is yours. You can continue to let your life be dictated by external circumstances, or you can take control and shape your own destiny. By applying the lessons you've learned in this guide, you can create a life that is meaningful, fulfilling, and truly your own. So, what are you waiting for? Start putting these principles into practice today. And remember, every journey begins with a single step.